Good morning, everyone. My name is Fallon McClure, and I am the Deputy Director for Policy and Advocacy at the ACLU of Georgia. For several years, the ACLU of Georgia has worked with partners, many of whom you see here today, and community members alike, to help provide solutions to the crisis at the Fulton County Jail and the Fulton County system at large. We have collected data, researched and written multiple reports, polled constituents, ran public education campaigns, met with stakeholders, and filed lawsuits, all working toward the same goal: to reduce human suffering and the loss of lives. And not building a new jail is paramount to us achieving that goal. In 2022, we released our first report on the jail. There are better solutions. Our message was then and still is simple. Without systematic change, more beds or a newer facility will not solve the crisis at the Fulton County Jail. And we did not just point out problems. We presented 4 solutions. Better utilization of the Policing Alternatives and Diversion Program. Indict cases within 90 days. True determination of ability to pay bond, and doing cite and release for misdemeanor charges. The solutions that were applied helped reduce the population, and the trend toward better outcomes began. We acknowledged this in our second report, released in December of last year, Breaking the Cycle, Exploring Alternatives to a New Jail. Ultimately, however, we lacked capacity to dive into other areas in our reports, areas like the depth and breadth of mental health concerns that plague the system. That could have been an entire report on its own. And we chose initially not to include the racial disparities, as our focus was the solutions that would benefit everyone that came through the system. We are grateful for the work done by the Prison Policy Initiative experts, a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization producing cutting-edge research to expose the broader harms of mass incarceration. The wealth of knowledge provided in their memo that examined the feasibility study created by STV Architects and Trainer HL and financed by the Fulton County Commission is full of important data that supports what the ACLU of Georgia and partners have been saying all along. I'm going to reiterate some of the key points that Michael already pointed out. Jails do not stabilize people with substance use disorder and mental illness. They take away people from systems of care that they have in the community. From 2018 to 2022, the average length of stay for people without mental health issues went from 27.7 days to 38.5 days. And for people with mental health issues, the average length of stay went from 57.9 days to 134.6 days. That is entirely too long. In 2023, around 40% of the people in custody at the Fulton County Jail had a mental health issue. Jails are not mental health facilities. The mental health beds at the jail will cost taxpayers about $423.5 million to build and $63.5 million in operating costs each year. Fulton County currently invests only $18.6 million of county funds into community behavioral health yearly, and our polling was clear. Fulton County residents don't believe people with mental health issues should be in jail. As of December 2023, 24% of the jail population was unindicted without other charges, a 10% decrease from 7 months previously, and indicting within 90 days was a solution that we presented in our first report in 2022. Violent and property crime are down 44% from 2012 to 2022, and this includes the COVID period, when much of the tough on crime rhetoric has made a resurgence. The Fulton County Jail was built in 1989 when violent crime rates were 49% higher. It's not the building, it's the system. No model jail, especially the one cited in the feasibility study, exists. We need systemic solutions, not more space to repeat the same patterns. Fulton County does not need a new facility. They cannot pay for a new facility, and they will not be able to staff a new facility. A new facility will just replicate the current problems on a bigger scale. The humanitarian crisis at the Fulton County Jail is due in part to the failure in leadership. For at least 2 years now, Fulton County leaders have disregarded the alternatives that the ACLU of Georgia and other groups have offered as options to building the new jail. Now is the time for leaders to listen and study the information before them, to address this problem and put an end to tragic and fatal outcomes at the Fulton County Jail. We urge Fulton County and City of Atlanta leaders to continue to employ solutions that send people home to their families and their jobs, or help them get the help that they need. There are still too many people inside the jail who should not be there. Take advantage of the Policing Alternatives Diversion Program. Fund mental health services. Make sure judges really evaluate a person's ability to pay bond, and encourage APD and other police jurisdictions in Fulton County to cite and release on misdemeanors. We love to say Atlanta influences everything. Unfortunately, that works for the good and the bad. And this is becoming jail city, because not only are we locking up more people, more human beings than most cities, they are disproportionately black. Let's be that beacon of light that we allegedly are supposed to be, and let's take care of our people, all of them. Thank you.